Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we have the pleasure of looking at two new releases from Sonia G, holiday releases. Well, anytime Sonia G releases brushes, it's kind of a holiday, but these are specifically the holiday releases. I got both. I got the Mount Fuji brush and holder, we'll talk about it, and I got the Trio Traditions Holiday Traditions Holiday Trio. I got that wrong, sorry about that. And we are going to talk all about them and demo them. Now, please accept my apologies if you happen to hear any sort of a light staticky noise you might hear in the background. I'm trying to fix it. It came out of nowhere, so you have my apologies if you do hear that. My team is hard at work in the background ordering new cables and things and trying to figure out what it is. So I apologize if there is any sort of a slight noise interference. It's my apologies. But the show must go on as the team works frivolously. All right, so let's talk about these. We have the Traditions Holiday Trio right here we're going to talk about, but first, let's talk about the Mount Fuji brush and holder. Unfortunately, this little guy is sold out, and it is limited edition, so I don't think we'll see it back, but you might have saved yourself $195 if you didn't get it. It was very pricey. And I do say in the demo that my go-to is to not use this and just look at it and go, oh, but I actually use it in the video, and I'm kind of glad I did, because what an experience it is. As I said, this retailed for $195. It is sold out. It is a brush and a holder, and as you see, this beautiful little holder is meant to look like snow-capped Mount Fuji in Japan, and this gorgeous guy, provides a buildable application with Seikoho goat hair brushes. The tip of the bristles, as you see, this is not from the demo. I was very careful and I did wipe it off. The tip of the bristles, as you see, is a little bit darker, and this is the cool part of it. This is dyed with persimmon fruit, and this is a technique that the artisans in Japan have used dating back to the 13th century. Where do I get this information? From Sonia G's blog, Sweet Makeup Temptations. That's how I know I am right. Just absolutely gorgeous. These came in a box that is recycled and made from paper canes, displayed at the Hiroshima Peace Memorial, and a portion of the proceeds from this brush are donated to the Atomic Bomb Dome Preservation Project Fund. The base, to make this base, involves two different artisanal ancient practices that join the wood together and also interlock the wood, because we have two different types of wood there that are joined and interlocked to look like a snow cap. And that looks easy, but this is hand done, thus the price. And it is soft and smooth and just absolutely gorgeous. And the fact that this is persimmon dyed, I think, is the coolest thing in the entire world. Have you ever tried a persimmon fruit? I have only once. I will demonstrate it. I'm actually going to use it, even though my inclination is not to use it. I did. All right, let's talk about the Traditions Holiday Brush Trio. This is really cool because it is made from both white and yellow, depending on the brush, squirrel hair. And if you're a fan of Japanese food and you've tried squirrel hair before, you know it is among the absolute softest. And these have the kiyaki handles, which we know are made from the kiyaki tree. And if you've been collecting Sonia G for a while, you have probably come in contact with kiyaki and her kiyaki brushes. And the ferrules are nice and cool metal. These are brass. Very beautiful. Why do we talk about what materials these are made with? It's all part of the process. It's all what adds to the price, but it's what makes these brushes extremely special, extremely limited edition. These are not limited edition to create FOMO. This isn't like Too Faced here or something that we're talking about. These are limited edition simply because they are man-made, they are artisanal. It is a slow, laborious process with a lot of love. A lot of love. And, you know, a lot of love takes time, right? Okay. All right, so let's talk about them here. We have the S1 brush, which you're going to use in the demo. This is a kind of a lay-down brush. Let me give you a close-up of it. This works really well on the mobile lid or the whole lid. This one is done with yellow Canadian squirrel, and you might have a little bit of interference when you're looking at it because I have done the demo already. This trio also comes with the S2 brush, which is a small detail brush for precision application on the mobile lid, the corners of the eye maybe. It is yellow Canadian squirrel, just like the S1. It is nice and thin. This can go under the eyes. This can do any sort of precision work, and can even put down color over the entire lid, depending on the shape of the eye and depending on how you like to use your makeup brushes. And of course, S3, this one already is my favorite. This is a tapered base and works well for blending, or can be used on the crease. And this is the only one of the three that uses white squirrel hair. Can you really tell the difference between the white and the yellow when you hold them up? A little bit. At the base, this one is a little bit more blonde, and this one is a little bit indeed more golden at the base. That is how you can tell the difference if you wanted to. At time of filming, this trio, limited edition trio for $140, is still available on Beautylish, and I have posted it below. Unfortunately, our Mount Fuji brush and holder is gone, and you will be so upset if you missed it, I know. What I want to do now is go straight to the demo, so in case you are wanting to just drool over the Mount Fuji brush, you can see it in action. And if you're trying to consider whether or not to get the Traditions Holiday Trio, you can take a look and see if it floats your boat. So stay right there. Let's try these brushes out. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you in a slightly embarrassing way. Because I'm such a collector and because I love these little things, my temptation with a brush like this Mount Fuji brush is to never use it. I know, shock and horror, everybody's going to say, how could you buy something like that and not use it? I know, I tend to buy it, and then this is like my Surratt brushes. I take them out and I go, woo, and then I put them away. And this is so beautiful, and but I'm going to use it. I'm just going to do it. I pulled out, so I'm working with, today we're going to work with the Too Faced Pinker Times Ahead, and I'm excited about the new Too Faced blushes, but they're not quite here yet. So I took the Peak blush from their Too Femme last year, and I figured we'd use it with this as a blush. And it's going to kill me a little, but it's a good thing that I'm using it, okay? It's just going to make me cry a little bit, but I'm going to do it. Because, you know, I tend to not use this, so let's just try it. Look at okay, now here's the problem. I'm going to want to use this all the time. What an experience. It's so soft, and because of the shape, see the thinness, it is placing the blush, and I can tell you right now, place bronzer. Yes, I'm continuing to use it because it is so soft and nice. Look at that. I mean, the placement is just perfect. Not too much product, not too little. I can tell you right now, this would place bronzer, probably, frankly, even contour, because you could work with the edges of it, and the softness is unparalleled. I'm actually really glad that I'm making this video and that I thought I have to just suck it up and use this, use the brush, because I don't know if I would have if not, and I would be missing out on this luxurious experience. It is just gorgeous. I think I will end up kind of putting this onto a microfiber cloth. I have the Sonia G ones, in fact, so that I am not just using it and washing it indiscriminately. Sorry, I stopped talking. I zoned out for a minute there. Okay, that's absolutely gorgeous. And right now it's going to go back in its little snow-capped mountain. And it's going to sit there for a while. But that was an absolutely luxurious experience. If you purchased it and you, like me, are a collector, I actually encourage you to use it. I do. Okay, let's try these eye brushes on the Pinker Times Ahead palette. Boy, are people not loving this palette. People are feeling it's a little too subtle, but it is new, so I figured we would give it a try. And we're going to start with our S1, which is a kind of laid down brush, you know, for the mobile lid, and it can do the whole lid as well. Let's go ahead and actually, I think, no, I'm going to start with the S3. Let's start with the S3, which is tapered and really good for blending. And I'm going to actually blend this shade right here with it. And that way we'll get a nice little white base. And that's really pretty. And I'm just using that. I have a small eyelid and a hooded eye. So this is actually good for my whole eye. And this is a really nice thing. You know, these aren't always the best performing shadows. They're not bad by any means, but they're not always the absolute best. And these brushes just make everything feel like it's the best shadows, you know? All right, sticking with this brush actually is what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna go into this shade right here on the end, which kind of has a kind of brown cinnamon type. And it is best that you don't tap off, dunk, 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 a brush like this. And you know, they're too well made. So I just kind of try to be real gentle with them to remove some product. But look at how this is performing. And I'm looking here, this is the white Canadian squirrel. Thank you, Canadian white squirrel. It's beautiful. Okay, again, just kind of gently knocking off the pigment, but these are really incredibly soft and they just kind of pick up the right amount of product every time, especially if you are me, because I do like a subtle look. This is a look that's going to be even prettier off camera than on, because camera does require it to be a bit more overdone than I like to wear it in everyday life. So lucky me, I get to look the way I want after the camera stops rolling. And that is really, really pretty. All right, let's switch to the S2 brush, which is more of a detail and precision brush. And for that, I'm going to go in right here. Oh, this is so soft, I can tell. This is our yellow Canadian squirrel. And I'm just going to take that and just do some detail work there and underneath the eye. Wow. Oh, wow, that's just beautiful, isn't it? I'm talking about the brushes. I mean, the eyeshadow is pretty as well, but I'm talking about the brushes. That is extremely pretty. I'm going to take the S1 and take this really pretty glitter shade here, shimmer shade here, and go into the center and onto the eye a little bit, and into the center and onto the eye. And these make application an absolute dream. I have never, ever not liked a Sonia G brush that I've gotten, but this is absolutely lovely. And I'm going to take the same brush and go into that shade we started with and just kind of put a teeny beeny bit of it, including with the shimmer still on the brush, underneath the brow. And you can do an entire look quite easily with just these 3 brushes. With regard to the Mount Fuji, as I said, I suggest that you use this if you got it. Don't just admire it, which is my tendency. This was a completely luxurious experience. The squirrel brushes, absolutely amazing and lovely, as we knew. And if you've worked with squirrel hair brushes before, you know that as well. Just beautiful. Not a waste of my money, not a waste of my time. Lovely. And as I film, the little eye brush trio is still available, and it's definitely worth your while. So please let me know what you guys think, and if you pick these up or if you're hoping they will come back, or what your thoughts are. That's what makes us a community. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. If you haven't already done so, do make sure that you subscribe to my channel, as it helps us get the word out and grow. Come say a big hello over on Instagram and TikTok too. And don't forget, you can help support this channel by means of super thanks or by becoming a member for all sorts of special perks. And if nothing else, I hope to see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.